Hi everyone, and welcome back to part 2 of this JA37 Viggen build by Tarangus. It's been a while since I updated last, and main reason for that is there's been quite a lot of work involved. Currently the model is looking like this, less these two that I have not glued yet. Like I said, there's been quite a lot of work, and I still have some more work to go. As you can see, it's almost completed as far as the body goes, but I started off gluing the front half together. And the front half is basically this part with this part together. And when I held it here, if I held the two pieces together here, I had about a 2mm gap here in front of the air intake, and it would almost touch at the back, and it was the same on both sides. So I had to glue it in sections, and there was quite a big gap here, so I had to sand it. I used some black CA glue to fill out the gap here, and I sanded it. Same thing here, I had a pretty bad seam, so I filled it up with some black CA and sanded it and tried to rescribe the panel lines. I also had to open up this area for the rat unit, ram air turbine. Since I'm gonna have the plane standing on ground, I need to have this one open. Next was gluing this part and this part to the front, and I had quite a bad gap here, as you can see. There was almost 0.5 millimeters between the front and the back part here. So what I did was I cut a piece of square sprue that I found, and I sanded it until I could get it to fit inside the gap, and then I sanded it, and I had to add quite a lot of CA glue to sand that to also get a smooth surface here. Next up, I also had to fill this gap with CA glue, and there was quite a big gap here also that I found. Just I filled with my Vallejo putty. That was much easier to use for this small area. So next I added the bottom part, and I had to install the the gear bay also. It's only two parts, and this has been painted in stainless steel and some duraluminum I think I used, and I used white to highlight the pipes here. And it actually fit quite good here, so I have not had to use any filler on this part. Next up was the top halves of the wings, and they fit fairly well. I was able to get this gap almost to almost completely disappear by putting glue and then bending it upwards slightly so until it hardened, and then it brought this part outwards slightly. On this side I had a worse gap, but I've managed to get it fairly good. There's a little bit here that needs some work, but I'll do that next. Also here, as you can see, I have had to put a bit of putty, and I see I need to fill up this area also. Then I glued on the nose. I put some weights in there, even though it shouldn't be necessary. The airplane is supposed to be balanced, so in order not to be a tail sitter, but I added some weights in the nose area. I've also installed the canopy, and unfortunately the back part had one of the mounts broken off, so I decided to go with a closed canopy. So that's why I've glued it in place already. And the air intake, the front part of the air intakes, I have a slight gap here and also here, so those will be filled up. And then when I add the canards, there is quite a gap there that I will have to fix. The other side I think is fairly good. Yeah, that one fits really good. So it's only this side, and unfortunately I lost these two parts for the ram air turbine, so I had to order a new sprue. So I have a second canard for the right hand side that I can use, or left hand side I can check if it fits better. Otherwise it's just a matter of gluing this piece on and then bending this one back and glue it on. So as you can see, it's getting fairly close to painting. Also, I forgot to mention that I have added the engine with the I don't know exactly what that's called, but those parts have been added also. So that's it for this update. I'll get back to you with the next one, and I should be more or less ready to paint it by then. If I have not already done the painting, I might record a little bit of the painting to show you the 4-color splinter camo going on, but we'll see. So that's it for now. Thank you for watching, and I catch you in the next one. Bye bye.